What's up, everybody? You guys know what time it is with this cat, man. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. But once again, people, as a reminder, this is a fitness channel with the twist. People, if you guys want to get started in your fitness journey, hit me up. It's high power fitness, high_power_fitness_. You could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I am a full-time online fitness coach, people. Today's twist, man, I'm going to speak on Mr. Blue Devil, aka the Blue Torta, the burrito hoster, man. So I'm going to speak on him, okay? But you guys got to hold off for that twist. First and foremost, I am a full-time online fitness coach. If you guys want to get started in your fitness journey, you know what time it is. I have a 3-month program guaranteed to work. You can lose up to 30 pounds of fat and build muscle at the same time. On my channel here, I will always start off with the fitness part, the nutritional part, and the breakdown of my program. And then I move on to whatever you want to call it. The cheese maze. It's been tied. It's been given so many different labels, man. I can't keep up with it. You know what I mean? The talk of the town, the twist and the YouTube yarda, the whoop de whoop and the whoop de whoop. You know what I mean? If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, before I go and do that, man, let's go over a little bit about weight loss, okay, and how it is achieved. Weight loss can be achieved in so many different ways. There's so many different forms. There's so many different diets that you could follow. But I'm going to give you one that seems to be most asked from me. What do I think of it? And it's actually very beneficial. You know what I mean? It's known to work. But like I've said in the past, and I'm going to tell you guys today, there's a correct way to do this stuff and a wrong way. You know, if you do it incorrectly, you're going to have a slower process. You're going to look sloppier. You're not going to look as healthy. If you do it in the proper way, a clean way, a professional manner, where you actually have someone set it up for you, such as myself, you will get the best results in the shortest amount of time. Okay. One very good way is by doing keto with intermittent fasting. When you fast, your body will recycle and use protein and turn it into new amino acids. This process is one of the key ways that the ketogenic diet works to help you lose weight, people. Okay, so now if you choose to run a keto diet, I'd recommend eating high quality ingredients. I'd recommend using grass-fed organic meats and vegetables whenever possible. This is because these foods are more nutrient dense and will help you feel full and satisfied while you're on your diet. In other words, it's going to keep you feeling satisfied in between meals. That way you don't find yourself grazing, because that's where everybody gains their weight. People, they tend to graze. You know what I mean? Snacking is what it is, okay? I'd also encourage eating nutrient dense on any diet, you know, because with any diet, the cleaner you eat, the better the results. If you eat junk, you're going to look like junk, straight up. I don't care how many calories you're counting. If you're going to be walking around like one of them skinny fat people, or them fat buff people, the ones in the shirts, yeah, they look buff, but they can never come out their shirts and look presentable. They don't look proper. Unless that's the look that you're looking for. If it is, hey, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Being ripped, being chiseled, being on the top of your A game isn't for everybody. You know what I mean? It's something that's not going to happen overnight. It's something that you're going to have to apply yourself to on a daily. Like with me, I find it simple because it's my lifestyle. I don't change it up. I don't take a different route. I stay on that same path of success. That's what makes it simple, people. These people that are always failing at these diets is because they want to try this and they expect results immediately. So they get discouraged, and they move on to the next one, and then the next one. And that's why they just decide to take the path of the less resistance. Eating out, fast food, processed food. And then later on in time when they come across that health condition, that health problem, then they regret it. But by then it's too late. But anyways, people, with that being said, baby, you already know, hit me up. It's High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. You can email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Now let's get blue to Mr. Blue Devil. Like I've said in the past, man, I'm going to tell you guys today, I have to give the flowers where flowers are earned. You know what I mean? Where they're deserved. I'm going to give recognition where recognition is deserved as well, you know? So Mr. Blue Devil. I actually decided to subscribe to him because I seen the change in this individual. I've said it in the past. I had tuned into him, and then what pushed me away from watching his content was because of the way he speaks. I'm going to keep it real with you. What caught me right away, Blue Devil. He's representing down south, okay? Drew me in. It's kind of like what you guys would call clickbait. It drew me in. But once I get to hear this fool talking, he's very intelligent. You know what I mean? He has a lot of knowledge on what goes on in the streets. But there's a certain thing about him that I disagree with him. But that's here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Like he said on his video, you don't have to watch his video. And that's what I preach to everybody too. If you don't like the content, hey, just swipe away or put me on disregard. That's what I do to a lot of cats that come over here doing this, especially when I know when they're coming from Mr. Quagmire's camp. You guys are boo-boo. But anyways, that's here nor there. I jumped the gun. I rambled on. This twist is about Mr. Blue Devil and his change. I see the change in him, okay? I remember I got some backlash from his channel, and I know the reason why and where it stemmed from is because someone sent me a clip of this individual and they asked me my opinion, and I said he pissed on himself. You know what I'm saying? I was just, giving my honest opinion. But anyways, that's where the animosity towards one another stemmed from. Well, I don't even know if it's animosity, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm not going to go out looking for this dude. If we were to ever cross paths, we'll settle our differences, you know what I mean? Because there was some things that were said that can't be forgiven. It is what it is. No matter how you look at it, no matter how old I am, I still go by them. I still have let's just put it this way. I still have them old beliefs and morals. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, back to Blue Devil. This guy said he was going to be unbiased, and I've been seeing that lately. He's been talking about everybody. Now he's giving flowers to the gente up north. Okay? When he first started bashing me, I used to get a lot of heat because you guys all know Julio Gotos is part of my team. Julio's a really good friend. I've said in the past, I've met his mom, his aunts, his son, his wife. I've been to their house. I've been to his ranch. You know what I mean? I go to every Christmas party. I will be there sitting VIP next to the family because that's like my brother from another mother. Well, anyways, I remember getting a lot of shit from fucking Blue Devil. Well, it wasn't his camp. It was just fucking Blue Torta. And then this one fucking lame. I'm not even going to bring his name up because it is what it is. All that fool ever does is bash people. He doesn't have a face either. I question all these cats out here on social media with no faces. I believe that they're all PCs, really, straight up. But anyways, I got a lot of heat from fucking Blue Devil's thing. A lot of shit talking, I should say. But now I seen him going the other way. And the video that I seen this morning, he got some well, he wasn't accepted by the fucking, I guess it's called the No Paper podcast or something like this. Some fucking BFD or demon or something like that. I have no idea. I have no idea who they are. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go look into them. I'm not going to go find out what their channel is. I'm not going to watch them. I really don't care where they're from. You know what I'm saying? I could barely handle just a couple channels. Like I said, I just barely subscribe to fucking Blue Devil because I want to see if he's really a man of his word, if he's going to stick with his word. So far, he's been following through with everything he's been saying. Not like these other individuals here on social media. Oh, 2026, I'm going to turn a new leaf. Man, you fucking talking out the side of your neck. There you go. Once again, lying to yourself and all the ones that look up to you. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's here nor there. He's been non-biased. He's been getting everybody that same energy. But he decided to say fuck you to the north because I guess he believes that big old fat dude, I don't know, BFD or demon or whatever. I'm not sure who is who there, but he told Blue Devil, fuck Blue Devil. So I guess I believe Blue Devil feels that he represents the whole norte. That's part of dealing with the homies from up north, okay? And it's gonna work both ways. And the reason I say this is I got a lot of support from my gente from up north, all the way from Sacra to fucking Salas to Sanjo, you know, you name it, man. Oil Dale, I think they're even out there too, you know, all over the place. Tulare County, I got a lot of support. But there is always those individuals like that fucking lame from yesterday's video. There's actually somebody that's saying, hey, OG, he's from 818. No, my boy. If you really think about it, I think it's 818. It's 8111 118. That's what it was. That's what them numbers stood for. 81 living 8. 8 dirty one. Oh, so 831. Yeah, well, it's here nor there. They're little fucking Morse codes that they put on there. You know, me, I'm 5136, baby, all day, every day. Anyways, that's here nor there, man. But yeah, no, actually, it is. You know what I mean? That's love for my hood. Everybody from my hood. But anyways, like I said, Blue Devil, I guess he took it like that fool right there represented the whole norte. And I'm here to tell you, my boy, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your decision. You know what I'm saying? I still deal with folks all the time. But you know what I've learned to do just by watching you guys and seeing shit? Because I notice you don't acknowledge a lot of people, which is good. Maybe I shouldn't put these fools on vanish mode. But what I tend to do, I'll get caught up in the comments. You know what I mean? I'll go to war with them, and I had to pump my brakes. I had to remind myself, you know what? Fuck these fools. They ain't about that. You know what I mean? Especially really here on social media. So what I've learned to do now, if you come at me foul in any way, I'll send you a say la vie, saying bye Felicia with the middle finger, and then I put you on vanish mode. Basically, I put you on disregard, okay? I'm not going to deem everybody up north because of certain lames, especially we know which other fucking lame, that fucking alcoholic motherfucker. And I'm proud to say, yeah, you a fucking alcoholic. Why? Because I know I used to be an alcoholic. You show the same signs that I used to when I was doing the periques all day. The only thing with me, I was a baller, you know what I mean? So you would have never have caught me on social media back in the day. Hell no, man. But anyways, like I said, that individual right there doesn't represent all of the gente from up north. You know what I mean? That's to be expected. And like Blue Devil said too in his video as well, he said, hey, if you need to reach out to him, you could get a hold of him. There's always ways to get a hold of him. Trust and believe. There's snakes down here too. Some of the biggest snakes are from the same area that you reside in. Not necessarily the area that you reside in, but from down south. You know what I mean? They support you one day and the next day they're hating you. Why? Because you speak freely. And what they fail to understand is you need to respect every man's opinion. Whether you have to agree with it or not, you don't have to. But you got to respect every man's opinion because every man has that right to be opinionated. You know, so that's where I could see where Blue Devil said that he's lost a lot of people. And I'm sure there was a lot of people that used to pull up on his fucking podcast. And they turned their backs on him. Hey. Only he knows. You know what I mean? That's none of my business. It is what it is. But anyways, man, like I said, I just wanted to give fucking the burrito holster guy, Mr. Blue Torta, his flowers. I'm not saying that I like the dude, but I'm not saying I, hate this dude because I don't even know him. You know what I mean? Things were said in the past, and then things will never be forgiven until they're resolved. Like I said, am I going to go looking for this individual? Absolutely not. It's not that serious. If we ever cross paths, then we could iron out the differences. You know what I mean? Because that's mandatory, straight up. You know what I'm saying? I like to see where he's going to be at, a month from now, if he's going to keep on with that same energy. He's already made up his mind, though. He's all like saying, fuck everybody from up north. You know what I mean? Hey, that's his choice. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, I'm going to bring this video to an end. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the hype button. Once I reach 10,000 subs, I will start doing lives. Now, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, hit me up. It's High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Now, with that being said, get up and get yours.